boning.
It's going for the intro.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Nerdify podcast. You got your typical host, Regie, James.
Hello, hey.
And so, we'll just get right into it.
You know what's
Sodas.
first? Soda time!
So in all honesty, I have had this before. This is the Flying Cauldron butterscotch beer, and they make sure to say it's non-alcoholic. It's just a butterscotch cream soda, and I like cream soda, but I will say I've had this before. It's been a while since I've had it, but it's, if I remember right, it's pretty sweet.
I've also had it, and I do not like cream soda. And for me, it's like quadruple cream soda. So it's like the sweetest thing I have ever had, and we picked these two out, and I've made Reggie have that one because I know I will not go through that again. It's too sweet.
Yeah, I'm not looking exactly forward to it. So
I, on the other hand, have Martian poop, and when we were setting this up, I was kind of looking at it, and I thought for a second it was actually going to give me a flavor, but I don't know if Marionberry is an actual berry, but it's what it says. Marionberry flavor soda. I don't know what that means, but my dad's name is Marion, so I hope it's not him flavored.
Dude berry flavored soda. Alright. Or dadberry flavor. Dadberry flavor.
I don't want to taste my dad's berries.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's not that bad, but...
As always, I go into this with high hopes. As long as it didn't taste like dirt.
I think that's always a mistake.
It is.
Okay,
all right.
So this should be...
Thank you, Reggie. All right.
I mean, if you ever had like a Werther's Original, that's exactly what this tastes like. I mean, there's no difference.
Okay, I'm gonna go smell first.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about this shit.
Okay, so here's the analogy. What you got is I want to say it's like a strawberry spritz inside of a Halloween mask.
Oh, so it smells like latex almost?
Kind of. It's a weird like after smell. Like you get strawberry and then something about the after smell says latex Halloween mask to me.
Oh, I hate that smell.
But it's not a strong smell. It's just like the very hint at the end is just like, I don't know.
Tickles your nose hairs, right?
I don't know why.
Same taste.
That's not bad. It's pretty sweet. It is kind of like it's cream soda-esque, but it's definitely not the worst I've had.
I mean, it's probably better than the ones you've been having, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. I will be happy to drink that. This one, however, is just
it's got something.
all sugar. And I mean, I'm sure that's all sugar too, but that's ridiculous.
It does some like some weird.
I don't know what it is.
It's almost like as if somebody with bad breath breathed into it beforehand or something.
Well, I did just take a drink, so.
Oh. None of the other sodas have smelled that you drank after they didn't smell.
You know. So. Like, I do like the butterscotch flavor of that, but it's the cream soda-ness that really gets me.
So, it isn't bad, but I don't think I like it all that much. Like, it tastes very artificial.
Well, yeah. What else can I say about this? The flavor isn't overbearing for me, which is nice compared to.
Let's score these bitches.
All right, on to the scoring.
Okay, so we'll do the Flying Cauldron first. The Flying Cauldron butterscotch. So I'm gonna give this a 4 because it's not bad. It's just really sweet. I mean, I know 4 is I wouldn't drink it again. It's not bad. I wouldn't drink it again. I'm drinking it again, but it's not like I want one of these. It's
right. It was for the show. So
4 for that one. What about you?
Let me see our scoring real quick. Double check this. Honestly, I feel like this one's a 5 for me. I would drink this one again.
Really?
Yeah, I would voluntarily pick this back up.
I mean, it's close to a 5.
It's the closest to a cream soda that I've ever enjoyed.
Oh, you're talking about your...
Oh, you meant that one?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant mine. Mine's a 5 for me. This one is definitely it's a 3. It's bad.
So 3 is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your Martian poop. For me, I think it's a 3. I think it's bad. It just tastes kind of weird. But I totally get the smell also. I think that may have also threw me off a little bit because it does, like I said, bad breath, but it honestly smells like hot Halloween latex breath smell. Like it's bad. But yeah, I don't enjoy it all that much. So again, the highest we've gotten so far is a 5. Now we have 2 5s. Both of them happen to be berry flavored, so the strawberry rhubarb and
good.
then the Martian poop, which is
to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's strawberry. I think. I don't know what Marion berry is. That a real thing?
I don't know. We'll look it up, but both of our phones are being used for other purposes.
This is why we're gonna get a camera at some point to replace this phone.
When we can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm over halfway through with this. So it's really good.
Long way to go. Long way to go.
See, this is the first time you got the bad soda.
That's true.
Feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And fuck you.
Because I was being more adventurous in the beginning, and you're playing it safe.
That's true.
The weird flavor finally paid off. Martian poop is better than Leaky Cauldron butterscotch beer, whatever it is.
Yeah, this for being a Harry Potter beer, I was hoping that it'd be great. Mm-hmm. There would just be like a little bit of butterscotch, but no.
That's why. Oh my god! Stupid thing. That's why I picked up that for the first time to try it. It's like, oh, it's Harry Potter. I'm gonna be like I'm being in Hogwarts. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think the first place I actually saw it, believe it or not, was like Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's like the first place I ever. Not, I'd always wanted to try it, and of course I picked it up. But of course, whenever I went to Harry Potter World last year, I did not buy one of those because I knew how bad they were. Felt sorry for people who did buy them. Especially parents that let their kids have it because that's a shit ton of sugar and they were probably bouncing off the walls and then crashed really hard.
Oh yeah.
So we don't really have much of an agenda today. I know the last few episodes we've kind of like been thematic about it, and so today we thought we'd just kind of talk about stuff that we're kind of into right now, specifically shows. So
just winging it for the most part.
Call it a theme if you want, but it's not 100% structured. We don't have notebooks in front of us helping us out. So
no.
But yeah, so what shows are you into lately?
Well, I've been on sort of a medium anime kick lately. I've been getting back into shows that I've kind of pushed off to the wayside when I kind of fell out of the anime scene and picked up a few new shows. Namely, one I'm so close to finishing is Hunter x Hunter.
Oh yeah, Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, I've just finished that like a little over a month ago, I think, and I mean it is so freaking good. I mean, I don't think anybody that will really argue, but it's like I haven't seen his first show, Yu Yu Hakusho. I'll just get that out of the way.
I haven't either.
It is on my list, and from the few friends that I know that have watched it, they absolutely have loved it, and they say the progression style and making it feel like the characters give it their all, so it really, you feel like you really do feel those characters develop.
I ran across a YouTube video a few years ago. It was one of the later fight scenes in Yu Yu Hakusho, and I always everyone I talk to that's in anime always points out Yu Yu Hakusho. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch this anime. It's gonna be great. And I'm like, it's really long. I don't want to jump into that.
Right.
But so finally, when I saw the video, I'm like, you know what? Let's just see how the action is. Because I mean, if there's good enough action, I can get through all the boring parts. And oh my god, that fight scene was top notch. It was for especially for the time. Like it's a '90s anime, so I mean, it had really good action in it. So I'm probably gonna pick it up.
I have seen like the first season, and from what I saw, that I really liked it. But at that point, I think it was playing on like Adult Swim or Toonami or something. I think it was Adult Swim because it was on really late, so I didn't get to watch all the time when I was a kid. But it was fun from what I saw.
Because you have finished Hunter x Hunter, I need, which is, by the way, the X is silent. I don't know if you knew that. I looked it up.
Oh, I didn't know. Everyone else I've heard got it.
I know. I always did too.
Hunter.
But I know Japanese because Japan. It's weird. So I was like, there's got to be something weird with that. And I typed in, how do you pronounce Hunter x Hunter? And it said the X is silent. It's just Hunter x Hunter. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Anyway, since you finished it, I'm at a point in the anime where I'm sort of, it's not going the way I'm expecting it to, so I'm kind of dropping off. So I need you to let me know. This may have spoilers, so if you haven't finished it, haven't started it, you may want to,
We'll put a little card like right here in between our sodas.
Yeah. Let you know
where you can
when it's
click
safe.
to
or it'll be down in the description. One of the two. I'll figure something out. You'll know.
So we can skip this next little bit in case you want to watch it.
Okay. Are they gone?
Yeah, okay.
They're gone.
If you're here at this point, you asked for this shit, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, Snape kills Dumbledore,
okay.
right? Okay.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm just
like one person.
Okay, so now I don't have to pussyfoot around now. Okay, so at this point where I'm at, Gon has fucking destroyed Pitou. The cat lady.
Oh yeah, he
just transformed and just like,
dude.
Oh my god, that was amazing. I was like, holy shit, that was brutal.
That made the entire anime for me. Like whenever that happened, he got really pissed and transformed and everything. I was just like,
but then right before that, you had the fight between the Grandmaster and the King.
Right.
And the Grandmaster lost, which I was like, holy shit. Gon's gonna have to fight the King. He's gonna be more powerful than Grandmaster. And then that transformation happened. Like, it's definitely gonna happen. He's definitely been more powerful than Grandmaster now. Holy shit! And then next thing I know, now it turns out his name is Miriam now. The King found out his real name. Yeah. Miriam. It's the old lady name, but whatever. Maybe. Because of the explosion from the Grandmaster, he's now poisoned and is about to die. So he's spending the last days of his life playing Go. Or whatever it is. I forget the name of the game now. With the little girl.
Yeah, it's not Go.
It's not Go. Yeah, it goes with like little rocks.
I don't remember.
Anyway, so right now, and Gon's is passed out. He is apparently, from what I understand, that transformation like took off like decades of his life. That's what Killua was saying.
I mean, there's a possibility that it could have done that. I think it was more like he basically made because they talk. I don't know if you remember, but
it's like a payoff in order to
like an oath, essentially, like what Killua did with not Killua, but what is his name? His their first like
Kite? No. Fuck. I don't know.
Chain guy, remember?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name, but yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, his oath. Yeah.
Yeah, he took an oath, so he has really powerful. I can't even remember what they call it.
N or Nin. There's a bunch of different powers. Nin. There's
so he has really powerful Nin abilities, but he can only use it on that tarantula spider club or whatever. And so that's a really limiting thing, which makes his magic really powerful. Well, Gon essentially did the exact same thing where he said like he was so tired of dealing with Pitou that he basically essentially said, I'll give everything up, all of my future potential for this one moment to destroy you. And so
he did.
He did. And it's funny because I'll get back to that in a second. Whenever I first started getting into Hunter x Hunter, I was looking up stuff, and I looked up I think maybe the mangas online because I was thinking about maybe buying a couple. And
I want to read that, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it's got a lot more stuff in it. I mean, I've heard that this rendition was a lot closer to the manga, but I saw a statue and it was like $150 or something, but it's like an 18-inch tall statue, so it's like about like that tall, and like it's the adult Gon. And so Gon's actually like that tall, and then the rest is just his hair that goes up like that. When I first saw that, I was just like, what the fuck is that? I was like, I thought it was maybe just some like stupid like interpretation or whatever, you know, because his hair sticks up, and I didn't know, and but now I do know, and I would totally buy that fucking statue.
Now, well, one thing that kind of disappointed me going into Hunter x Hunter was that at some point Gon just stopped using his fishing pole. Like, I thought that was going to be like a really cool like weapon he used throughout the entire series, because it was like any promotional thing I saw for Hunter x Hunter,
right,
it was Gon with his fishing pole, and he did some badass shit early on with it, and I'm like, this is gonna be totally awesome. But then he just kind of once he gets like Battle Tower, I think is what it was. He
gets rid of it.
He just stopped using it.
Yeah, I think that may have just been a growth thing. Something you're saying, like he relied heavily on this physical weapon.
He didn't need it anymore
because he didn't know how to use Nen. But once he knows Nen, then he grows out of it.
That's true. Okay, yeah, so that's when they learned. Okay,
right. And so they were just trying to do it, I think, early on to really display how clever Gon could be, and how intuitive and like imaginative he was. And so they're just like, well, you know, this fishing pole that people are just like, it's a fucking fishing pole. And then like he's like, nah, I'm gonna do some badass shit with it. And then once he really grows with that Nen, you're just like, he doesn't need that anymore. Like, think of what he could do with Nen, you know. So, but anyway, back to a point I was making earlier, that he was basically giving up everything, all of his future potential. And so yeah, there's like the chances. I mean, yeah, he could die way earlier, but also the chances of him being able to use Nen abilities after that is like almost nothing.
Yeah, like he gave all that up.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, so my question to you is, from where I'm at now, is it worth finishing? Like,
yes. So I mean, you're very close to the end. There's maybe only like 15 episodes or something left after that. It's a very small arc, and but it's all still really good.
Okay.
So it kind of sucks because they kind of just had to end it, because they kind of had gotten quite a bit up to the manga by the time they ended, and then also the manga was going on hiatuses a lot because of the artist was sick, and so you know, they were just like, we can't really do anything, and so they were. I'm sure they were just thinking like, we'll just like stop for a couple of seasons, surely more out, we'll make another season, and then but eventually the hiatuses were getting like so long that they were just like, it's just over. So if they redo it, I would love for them to start from where they ended, but I mean, there would have to be a lot more, and the arc that comes after where the manga or the anime ends is still ongoing. Like, it's still not like anywhere near completion.
Like when I started watching it, it was on Hulu, and they only have like the first 3 seasons, something like that.
Like 100 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean, and I knew there was more. Like, I didn't know how much more, but I knew there was more, so I went online to try to find it. I didn't know about Crunchyroll at this point, so I was watching it online and steadily, and then I think maybe the reason that I quit watching is because I realized, because I quit watching right in the middle of the King saga, right. So I think I may have peaked at how many episodes were left and kind of got discouraged, because I mean, online they have every episode, right. So I knew that was the end, so I was like, it can't end this soon. Because honestly, I feel like Hunter x Hunter, for me as an adult, is what Dragon Ball Z was for me as a child. Like, right. I get the same feeling watching. I'm like, oh god, what are they going to do next? Oh, it's all this power.
Right.
I mean, even though I feel like I kind of respect it even more because they aren't as powerful as DBZ characters. So I feel like it's more grounded in a way. Like, even though it's ridiculous powers, it's not like world crushing shit, you know, like DBZ characters are.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I like about the artist's style, is because, you know, his stories, he wants to really make the characters feel like they've earned their newfound powers or their newfound abilities or the level that they're at. They really have to struggle hard for them. I think that's what makes you connect with the characters a lot more. You're just like,
he
I
does
can
good with
understand.
emotion. Like,
yeah, with Dragon Ball Z, it's mostly just like, you killed someone I love, and then they're super powerful.
Like there were several
it's just
times
like they've got to have a big enough aneurysm at some point in Dragon Ball Z just to unlock the next gate, essentially.
Like there were several points in the anime where I felt like it made me feel that feeling they were trying to make me feel. Like when someone was sad. I think the last time was when Killua was explaining to Palm after she turned into an ant how he'd failed Gon, and he was like sobbing, and I was like, I feel so bad for him. And then when Patu was healing the little game girl, and Gon walked in and he was pissed, I was actually scared for Patu. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, like
I am so sorry for you.
That arc is really long, but oh my god, like the build up is amazing. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, that last arc is...
And one last thing. I was really mad. I forget the character's name, but he's like the he's the one with the Section 7 bankruptcy with the little thing that follows you around and eats your nin.
Yeah. I can't remember his name right now, but yeah.
I was so pissed when he got rid of it off the big red dude. I can't remember his name now too. No. When he just let it go, I was like, dude, you're so close, and it would have been over. I was so mad. I didn't like him anymore. I'm kind of glad he got caught. He didn't get tortured as much as I wanted him to. But
one thing I was really disappointed with was what is his name? Kite. Was I wanted to see all of his number selections.
Yeah,
Of course, you only see like I think 2 or 3, like the scythe, and then like a machine gun, and like one other thing I think.
Yeah, they could have had a lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't get to see. I mean, he ended up being dead. So
yeah, that was.
Which is also something I felt really bad for Patu, because she knew the whole time, like, there's no way I'm bringing that guy back. He's dead. He's out. He's gone.
Yeah, she was like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. I'm fucked. But, okay, so the last arc is really good. It's really short, unfortunately, but it's still a lot of fun. And so there's a character that they bring in that arc, and it's really, like, fucked up. Like, the ability that person has.
Now I'm intrigued.
Is like, I mean, it's like terrifying at the same time as it is just like, I mean, there's to me there's no other way than to be like, oh my god, it's an amazing power, but what comes with it is so fucked up, and they explain it really well. And it goes through that arc, and then a little mini arc at the end to kind of end and tie the whole thing up. It's like 2 or 3 episodes, but it's good. It really is good. I enjoy it a lot.
And I won't feel so bad about,
Yeah, no, it's good. I feel like it ends a little, just not too abruptly. It's not like it's just like that's the end. Like no, it I think it ties it up just well enough to be like okay. But there's more. There's more because they hint at more. Like you could tell they were really wanting to push for another season, but
maybe they will at some point revitalize the series. And
I would just hate for them to re-release it and start all over from the beginning. I wouldn't complain, but not to hear the same voice actors and everything, because I'm sure. I don't think they have it dubbed, right?
Not that I know. I've never seen it dubbed. It's only subbed, but it's still good.
I mean, for most animes, I prefer the sub anyway. The Japanese voice actors always somehow fit the characters way better. There's some situations where the American voice actors are better, but
I try to go dubbed most times, only for the fact that I feel like it's me doing my part supporting the American anime industry. Like, because without that, they're all out of jobs. We don't get. I mean, if they lose all that, most likely the industry's going to go down. I mean, they're not going to stop bringing it over. I mean, we'll get it eventually anyway. Because someone on the internet's going to grab it and bring it over and fan sub it. But I mean, we won't get the same quality like releases or DVDs, Blu-rays, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. So that's the end, I believe, of the Hunter x Hunter spoiler talk.
Yep.
And so if you skipped it, all we can tell you is you should watch this show. It's really, really good.
Really, really good. It's the new DBZ. I dare say.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I think, animes out there that kind of follow that same arc of taking a character who seems like nothing.
The underdogs,
and then really just building on to be these great
I like those stories, though. I mean,
Speaking of that, the show I'm currently watching right now, it's pretty popular, but it's My Hero Academia.
I always see, I'm watching Hunter x Hunter on Crunchyroll, so I see the ads for the season 2 of that, and I feel like I watched like one episode of season 1, and it was interesting, but I don't know why I didn't finish watching it.
It takes a few episodes to really get into it, but it's that same arc of like a major underdog trying to make their way to the top, and
yeah, because he's like a regular kid wanting to join like a superhero academy, right? Like
yeah, so basically in this world, everybody has quirks, which are superpowers. Mm-hmm. And it's about 80% of the population. So you can go to a school called UA Academy that lets you train to become a superhero, essentially.
Right.
Which is really cool. But he is quirkless. He does not have any superpowers.
He's one of the 20%.
So, yeah, he's determined to get in anyway. And I won't say anything else.
Yeah, I'm end up watching it.
Right.
After Yu Yu Hakusho.
But, I mean, I only started watching it about a week and a half ago, and I'm already, like, halfway through season 2.
Oh, nice.
Like, I've just been burning through it because it's so good. It is so, so good. The intro music is really good. Outro music's really good. And just the feel of it, like, sometimes, like, it can get so badass and so cool. I mean,
I like the animation style.
Yeah, it's
very, very fast and exaggerated movements, and I like it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super good. And then I'm rewatching Ouran Highschool Host Club.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, and so I know we've been talking a lot of like shonen anime, like really boy related or pandering anime, but I will say this. I used to be the type where I was like Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho and, you know, Trigun and Cowboy Bebop, like really like shonen mainstream type animes, and I was just like, all the other stuff looks stupid, like like anytime I saw a slice of life or like a high school comedy or like a romantic thing or anything like that, I was just like, those look dumb.
Dumb.
But it took until I was in college, and then our good friend Lucas, who we call, at least I call him Lucas Pucus. No particular reason. He not like he vomits all the time, but it's just fun.
It rhymes. He's actually the other half of Slow Speed Run. Go check that out. Every episode, I'll find a way to work that in.
Just comment Lucas Pucus.
Lucas Pucus. Yeah.
He'll know what's up. He thinks it's hilarious.
He loves it.
So
he cries at night.
Every night. We know because he texts us about it. We don't know why we ignore him all the time.
Pictures just mascara running.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, but in all honesty, to pay him a compliment, he is a fantastic cosplayer. He doesn't really have a page or anything, but I'm sure if you type in Lucas Milbourne, if you can spell that, you can find his Facebook page and see some of his pictures. And he does really great shit. Like, he's inspired me to want to try to do cosplay, although I've only done one like homemade costume. It was my Han Solo one, which I have to say, for my first one, it was pretty fucking cool.
It was pretty legit. He handmade the holster.
Handmade leather holster, like customized little plastic toy gun. It wasn't like a Mauser or anything. I was in a hurry whenever I did this, but that, and I like sewed the shirt and to look more like his, and I mean I did.
Lucas just did a Hyrule. No, he did a Breath of the Wild, one of the armor sets from, I think it was the Hyrule armor, the real fancy armor.
Yeah, that, and if you know what Berserk is, he has a fantastic Guts costume that he's
actually right in the middle of working on Golden Age Guts armor right now. He's done the dark armor. I actually helped him make the wolf helmet for the dark armor. It was pretty fun.
Pretty badass.
Yeah.
Did he ever put LED lights in the head of it?
I want to say he did.
I think he did.
I think it was a later thing. Not the original one he didn't. Because I didn't help him.
I think he did. But anyway, so Lucas was the one who really kind of pushed those types of like non-shonen animes at me.
Because
so
he has to at least have one of the top 5 anime collections in Arkansas here.
I mean,
there's not
it's
many,
massive.
but I mean, he has. If you see his room, there's 4 walls obviously, and 3 of them are easily covered in anime. Just shelves.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking like floor-to-ceiling bookshelves filled with anime. It is nuts. I mean, granted, I could just pay him $1 a week if I wanted to, and he could be my little personal Crunchyroll, you know?
Pretty much.
And he buys the anime all the fucking time. But anyway, so he was just like, I was just like, I want to try to get into, you know, like different types of anime. I was really open at that point. And he was like, okay, I have one that you'll probably like. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll try it. And it was Ouran Highschool Host Club. And I think you and Morgan watched it with me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a reverse harem type anime, and it's really funny. And the character, we watched the dub version, and I think the character voices for the dub really fit the characters.
Oh yeah.
And it is so fucking cute. It is so good.
Has such good character development.
Yeah,
the whole time, really defined.
Yeah, I'm rewatching it right now with my current roommate, and she loves it. I mean, she was like, I don't know about this, and I was like, trust me. And after like an episode, she was just like, can we watch another episode?
Which is weird because she's into anime like more so than you are. She has a shelf of anime, so it's. Of course, hers is all like One Piece, Naruto, that sort of action stuff. So I can see where she might not have heard.
She was like
watched,
me.
It
was a few years ago.
Yeah. You know? Okay.
So yeah, but it's like if you want to get into something that's cute and different from shonen action anime, definitely check out Ouran Highschool Host Club. So good.
Another one that's also a slice. For as long as we're recommending slice of life animes, another really good one. My wife and I watched recently. Actually, she found this and looked it up, and it's Princess Jellyfish.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be another one. Sorry.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say because we haven't finished all of it, but Sweetness and Lightning.
No, we haven't
which
finished
is
that
also insanely cute. He fell asleep. He doesn't know.
Yeah. I mean, it was cute.
It was like 11 o'clock at night, so
I have to get up early in the morning for work. So anyway, so yeah, Princess Jellyfish is another really good slice of life anime. The character development I feel is about equal, but there's a whole different feel to the story. It's not like the reverse harem thing. It's just like a fish out of water type deal.
Right.
But still, really cute, really relatable characters, and I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, people keep talking about it, and I do need to check it out. But I'm like conflicted of whether I want to like.
Oh, and Kimi Todoke.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
oh my God.
If you're gonna stay on that line of like really cute animes, Kimi ni Todoke is really good. It's about this girl who's really shy, but because of the way like she presents herself and like her haircut and everything,
super antisocial.
Yeah, she comes off as creepy, and
everyone's scared of her at school.
But one guy's just like, no, I'm gonna be your friend, and it's just a really good like,
it's like a
budding
super
love story.
Yeah. Oh my God,
it's really really good.
The art style is gorgeous in that. Oh
yeah,
it's like
great.
Super pastel-y and watercolory, and it's just awesome.
It's a high recommendation. And then another good slice of life anime that's really kind of weird, but the more you watch it, the more you get into it, and you get really attached to the characters. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Lucky Star.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
I mean, all I knew about this anime going in was Lucas was like, well, if you like Ouran, let me recommend this. And
that's normally the line of thinking for most anime fans. If you like Ouran, you'll like Lucky Star.
Yeah, and so he was like, it's Lucky Star. And I was like, what is this about? And he was like, it's a slice of life anime. I was like, what is a slice of life anime? He's like, it's kind of like, it's kind of like Ouran, but not quite the same. He was like, it's just these 4 girls. I think it's 4, maybe 5. It's been a while since I've watched it. Like their senior year in high school, I think. And
the end.
Yeah, but it doesn't start off like as a story. It just kind of meanders and then eventually goes into a story, which is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. But all he told me about it was he was like, so the first episode is about them talking about food at lunch and their favorite foods. And I was like, I don't know about this. This sounds stupid. Even after watching Ouran, I was like, I don't know. And he was like, trust me, just watch a few episodes and you'll like it. And I watched the first episode, and I was like, it's all right. And then I watched the second episode, and I was like, okay. By the third episode, I was like, okay, I like these characters. Like, they're really fun. They come off a little grating in the first episode, especially if you're not prepared for that type of anime. But I want to say that anime is what got me over the really weird parts of anime where they get really high-pitched and kind of whiny and crazy and do weird things. And the stuff that most Americans are going to look at and go like, oh, weeaboo, you know? Just like... but... It was really, really good. I liked it a lot. I finished the whole thing in like a month and a half, and it's kind of long, but yeah, it's really good. And so, of course, other things that are in that vein, like Azumanga Diaoh, I've heard highly recommended. I've never watched it, but I keep hearing it over and over again.
Yeah.
I think that's all I really got for cute stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, so I'm trying to think of what else I'm watching. So besides those two. Well, is there anything else that you're watching that you want to mention?
I started something yesterday. You're gonna hate me.
What is it?
I started watching Boruto.
Oh my god!
Because I hate myself.
Even my roommate will not watch that, and she I'm not kidding. She absolutely freaking loves Naruto. She has all of the volumes on Blu-ray. She has like all of the fighting games. She has a ton of little figurines everywhere. I mean, she is like nuts about Naruto.
I wanted to see...
And she refuses to watch Boruto.
See, because you told me that, so therefore I feel like I had to see firsthand what was so bad. And I've watched like 2 episodes. And so here's my verdict. Here's what's happening in the show. It's... I like the character of Boruto. Mm-hmm. I like his dynamic. He, of course, is this a spoiler at this point? Naruto's the Hokage now.
Yeah, I mean...
that's not really a spoiler. We knew that was going to happen from day one.
Let's put a little, quick, this next line could be a spoiler, and then you can just, plug your ears for a second, and then we'll put a thumbs up whenever you're good, which will be, right now.
Is it too late? Yeah. Okay, anyway, so there's that. So he's working constantly. He's in the office all the time. So Boruto feels neglected, obviously. Right. So he's like this he's entitled because he's the Hokage's kid. So he gets away with everything, and he never gets in trouble. But he's spoiled, all that kind of stuff. But so he does all these crazy things in the first episode. And actually ends up destroying, the stone face monument. Mm-hmm. He ends up. I'm not going to tell you how he gets here, but I'm just going to tell you what happens. He flies a train car into his dad's face on the in order to get to the first day of school, and doesn't get in trouble for it. That's what happens, and then when he gets to school, everyone's talking about that and complaining that he didn't. If it was anyone else, they'd be in jail, but he only got a slap on the wrist, and so he's trying to fit in school now with all this. Everyone's no one likes him except for the one kid he saved in episode 1 or something.
So it sounds almost like Naruto, but just
sort of like the other extreme. Like Naruto was in super poverty, didn't have But Boruto is super rich and all this kind of anyway. So I'm kind of digging that dynamic. I like the way the show's going. My complaints so far, I don't know why. I don't know why it's a complaint, but obviously all the characters from the first show now have kids, and they're going to school with Boruto. They all have the same time, so you can tell whose kid is whose, just by their face. They're a little changed, but otherwise they're the same. So I don't know why it sort of exhausts me, because I feel like I'm just seeing the same characters again, but they're not. Yeah,
that's what I thought it would be, is just a repackaging of the first anime, and so it just feels like they're gonna... Who knows, maybe after the end of the first season they really take it in a different direction, but I'll be... not pissed, but I'll just be really annoyed if by the end of it they're just clearly this is his rival. You know, it's the Sasuke, and then
well, no one. I mean, so far Boruto's the only one that has any sort of character development. Like he's had a little bit, and I've liked where it's gone. The other characters I can just tell whose kid they are. So I kind of and like what was the shadow ninja's name in the first one? I can't remember. He was one of my favorite characters though. He like manipulated shadows and shit. Mm-hmm. His son so far Boruto's interacted with, and he has the same sort of personality as dad, which I like. I mean, but I feel like since they've changed Boruto's dynamic, they're going to find some way to change those. So I'm kind of holding out hope that it's going to kind of shift and go in its own direction. The other complaint I have is for some reason all of the kids look more Asian in the anime. They all gave them slightly slanted eye, like the pointy eyes and the tips. They look more Asian than any other anime I've ever seen. Like it's like purposefully done, so it's kind of weird to see. Maybe it's just the art style.
They probably did that also to just because if they give them kind of the same eyes as the first anime, I'm sure that people would have been like, is this the same character? But if you change their hair a little bit, skinny up their face, and little pointed eyes, and there's like, it's a little different character, you know.
Because we've met Boruto, obviously. We've met Sakura's daughter. The Twin Shadow dude, I can't remember his name. I'm kind of pissed that I can't remember his name. We've at least seen several, like almost the entire gang's kids. I don't know what happened to Sasuke. I never watched Shippuden. I didn't like it, so I skipped that. I watched all of the first series, and I watched like 5 episodes of Shippuden, and I did not like it.
I watched all the way up until the point when they started to be like, every season from now on's filler. Except for some episodes that are really important and you have to watch, but the rest is filler.
Well, I'll tell you about I watched like 5 episodes of Shippuden, and then I watched the fights that people who did watch all of Shippuden told me were important. Like the ones that were really cool, like between what's his face and Pain. I don't know his name right now. I thought about this before, and I totally knew his name, but I can't remember his name right now. Anyway, the important fights I watched, and they were actually really good. But yeah, so I'll let you know how Boruto goes as I continue watching it.
Okay.
We'll just see.
But yeah, so the last show I was going to mention was The Flash. It's not an anime.
Oh, Der Flash.
But I've already seen like the first 2 seasons, so right now I'm going through the 3rd season. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. It hit a little bit of a dip in there for me, which is why I kind of stopped watching it a little bit and now I'm watching the animes. But it's good.
I keep hearing most of the superhero TV shows are pretty good.
Yeah, CW has been like killing it with those. So you had Arrow first, and that worked out really well. And then they had Flash, and of course, then after the Flash, every season they have a crossover episode. Well, and then after that, they had the Legends of Tomorrow, and then they got at the same time Supergirl from like ABC or something. And so this season they had like a super duper crazy crossover episode, and it was. But in the past, they've kind of been independent. Even though there's been crossovers, they've kind of been independent of each other, where you don't have to watch the other show to really get most of it. But unfortunately, this time they did that, and it really kind of made me mad because they were just like, the episode just kind of ended, and they were just like, to find out what happened next, watch, tomorrow's episode of Arrow. And I was just like, but I've never watched Arrow, so I'm just like, I don't want to watch that one episode, and I don't know, it's just like an annoyance to me.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm sure after that one ended, then the last part of it finishes up in Legends of Tomorrow. And I'm just like, I don't really want to have to dig through 3. If I was watching all the shows concurrent, then yeah, it's fine. But not if you're just watching one.
I think my big hang up on those shows are that, especially with the Flash, like I've debated watching Arrow because he's like not like a super duper powerful hero. He's just more or less a dude with really good aim. which is the same reason I sort of got into the like Netflix Daredevil, and Jessica Jones was really good. I actually finished all Jessica Jones.
It's fantastic.
But I kind of feel like for some reason my brain tells me the Flash isn't going to be good because he has those like he needs like big budget special effects to make him work.
So for the most part with the speed and stuff, they do a really good job. There are sometimes where they do CG and it's very clearly like TV CG. But they try to get away from it as much as they can, and even the few moments that they use it, it's still fine. I think they're a little more heavy of it early on, and they kind of get away from it, and they find ways around not having to use CG as much. They just use it for certain things, like whenever he's like going in slow-mo, like this is a very, that is my phone that's recording. Hold on one second. Okay, so sorry, there's probably a bit of a weird cut there. I forgot to turn a alarm that I had set on my phone off, so yeah, and we've only got about 40 minutes until the next one goes off.
No, good.
Yeah, they're anyway. So
we'll be done by then. So.
Yeah, we don't have much left. So anyway, yeah, it does well with the CG. They find ways around using CG, and I think it's permissible, especially for it being a TV show. But the character development's really good. The stories are really good. It's just a very fun show. I like it.
All
so
right.
Speaking of superheroes,
yes. And do I have...
James has a Super Zero for us today. And yes, we didn't forget about this. We've just had other things we wanted to talk about, and so they didn't fit into the show.
Okay.
But
so the hero or the zero I have for you today is called the Bouncer, and I will give you 3 guesses as to what his power is, and the first 2 guesses don't count.
Okay, so the Bouncer.
The Bouncer.
My first initial one is to go. He's just very good at throwing people, specifically out of places.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
Yes, you needed 3 guesses.
The next would be that he's a very rubbery, round, bouncy character and can jump or bounce around off objects really easily.
You're getting closer, except for the physical appearance part.
Was that really close?
Yeah, it's really close. Should I just go on?
Sure.
Okay, so he is a okay. First of all, his name is Antaeus. Antaeus, yes, but he more accurately, he only had 1 issue. He had 1 issue, and the main the main character of the comic wasn't even the Bouncer. It was a guy named Adam Antaeus Jr., which was a descendant of the Bouncer. So, like, Antaeus's powers went down the line of, the ancestry, but when it got to Mr. Adam Antaeus Jr., he had no interest in being a superhero. He was, like, an Olympic athlete, so, he didn't tell anybody of these powers, so, like, the hurdles were a breeze. The long jump was a no-brainer. He was like, got to the point where people were like, "Hey, I think you're cheating." So
Right.
he kind of quit, and he decided to become a sculptor. He retired from athleticism and just became a sculptor.
This sounds like the most boring fucking comic ever.
It's not even done. So what happens in this first issue? I guess it just kind of skims through all of his not wanting to be a superhero and his whole career as an athlete. But it goes to his friend. It's a lawyer friend named John Manley comes over.
John Manley.
Yes.
Okay.
And then is threatened by it says right here, threatened by a luminous and ruthless criminal named the Glowworm.
Oh my god.
Now, it says right here, adventure comes calling. And it says, without warning, one of Junior's own sculptures of his mythological ancestor comes to life and drags his great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandson into battle. So, the great to the 10th power grandson is the sidekick. The superhero is
the original Bouncer.
Is the original Bouncer come to life. So his secret identity is a statue.
Fuck.
Yeah, so his only power is bouncing. It says, let me find it here. And in the original legend, let's see, he can rebound from any fall like a rubber ball.
So you can basically just jump and then or fall from places and it don't matter.
Yeah. The only cool thing about this is that Antaeus was an actual mythological person. Like, he actually existed. He wrestled with Hercules. But that's it. That's as far as like the similarities go. It's just the lamest superhero.
Yeah, what the hell?
The main character is the sidekick, not even the,
And what is with that picture?
That's him. That's I'll put a picture right here of this. But that's Antaeus, the bouncer. That's the actual statue come to life. That's what he looks like.
I thought it was just right. He's in an old like Roman robe type deal.
No, that's actually him. They don't even show
the sidekick.
Adam. Yeah, they don't show him.
Actually, that ain't him up in the corner. He's got different hair.
It might be. I don't know. Well, I think
that's so like convoluted. Why wouldn't you just focus on the original bouncer period or something? At least if it was a period piece.
Maybe they was planned for issue 2. Yeah. They didn't get there.
Jesus. And the fact that they would cram so much shit into one issue is nuts. Let's see. It was actually debuted in 1944.
Uh-huh.
So this is whenever they were really running out of ideas, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and his headquarters is apparently the Bouncy Castle.
Oh, it says in the quotation, not really, but that'd be great.
Oh, man, that would have been amazing.
See?
At least if you're going to go stupid, go full stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
the Bouncy Castle.
That's amazing. Book of Humor Thrills, Adventure Mystery. Okay, that's like way too many genres that you're just trying to... It just feels like you're just trying to be like, we appeal to everybody. Oh my god. Okay.
That is the Super Zero for this week.
There should be a collection of all these really terrible heroes.
They're actually, well, kind of, sort of. If you get, like, the Marvel or DC, like, encyclopedia, that has, like, every hero, good and bad. So, at some point, when we're out of these, I want to pick those up.
There should be a collection of all of their first issues
into
one big
omnibus.
God. So that way you can just read through the terribleness.
And never get through it.
I think it'd be amazing. Amazingly bad, but it'd be amazing. Well, all right. That's our Super Zero for probably the month. It seems like we're probably going to do these once every 4 weeks. Not really. We'll do them whenever we can. How about that?
Yeah, that works.
And so I think we can fit one last subject in.
What you got?
Quickly. Because it was just announced, and that is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
The Mini Classic.
And I know you're not you're about it, but the SNES was my jam. That's what I grew up on. Whenever we were kids, we asked our grandparents, hey, we want a console. We want an N64. Of course, that had just come out. Super expensive. And what do? They get us a SNES.
They grandma you?
Yeah.
They grandparents you?
But at least it was a SNES and it wasn't like an Atari 2600 or some shit. That would have been devastating. But they got us a SNES and like 3 or 4 games came with like Super Mario World, and I think they also got us like Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter Alpha 2.
Classics.
And I think like a fishing game or something. That was mostly for my grandpa.
Final Fantasy fishing?
No? Fuck that shit. Just Bass Pro Fishing.
Actually, those old fishing games were actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that one was really fun. It took a while for us to understand what to do and how to do it, but after a while we kind of got the hang of it, so it ended up being pretty fun. But yeah, and so I mean, we played the shit out of that thing, and we never had an N64. Anytime I played it, it was at a friend's house, so we went from that to the GameCube. So you can imagine like going from like 16-bit to just like GameCube was just like, these are so realistic. And now of course you're like a GameCube graphics and you're just like, how did we ever think that was like real life? We're dumb as fuck. But I get it. It's the highest pinnacle of technology that we've seen at that point, so we really don't know any better. But yeah, so I loved the SNES, like all the, I mean, I played like Mega Man X and Mega Man X2, and then like the Lion King game, and like I can't remember all we had, but like Final Fight 2, just a bunch of stuff, and it has a special place in my heart, and I want this. I know technically you'd be like, well, you just build a Raspberry Pi for like $10 and then put all the ROMs on it. There you go, same thing. Well, the point of getting this is not so that way you can play some old ass games. It's for the fact that it's purely a nostalgia cash grab. That's all it is. If anybody says it's anything more than that, then they're lying to themselves. That I want this because I want to have a little collectible thing that I can put in my office at home and just have something to just that sits and looks cool, and then I can actually plug it up and pop it and play a game or two, you know. And it's gonna have some stuff in there that I've never been able to play on a console. So things like Earthbound and of course Star Fox 2 is gonna be on there, which has never been officially released, and of course Nintendo has to hide that behind some shit. I've heard that they're going to make you have to beat the first level of the original Star Fox in order to get Star Fox 2. But
that's weird.
That's not bad. The first level of Star Fox is not terrible. So now if they were just like, you got to beat Star Fox all the way through one time at least to be, and like I'd be like, okay, you know, fuck you. Like that's too much. But yeah, so it looks really fun. It comes with 21 games. It's 9 less than the NES Classic, but if they're trying to keep the cost low, which it's $70, I mean, the SNES games they were a lot bigger, and plus some of the games that come on there, they're pretty big games.
Aren't they all? They're just digital download, right? Or are they actual cartridges? They're not actual cartridges.
No, they're just all preloaded onto the.
See, that shouldn't have that's my problem with it. You're basically buying a box. You're basically buying a Raspberry Pi, and to purchase ROMs. So I mean, it shouldn't matter how many games they put on it. They're all just the same ROMs you can download online.
Yeah, but it's
exactly the same.
Yeah, but like I said, I know that's what it is. I know I could just go on CoolROM.com, just download all those games right now.
Sponsored.
And then,
not really. No.
And then just plug a Xbox controller into it, but nothing feels as good as having a classic SNES controller and just seeing it hooked up to there and just playing it like that. To me, it's a pure nostalgia thing, but it's a collector's item, and I want it.
For me, part of the experience of a SNES is the having the cartridges and putting them in and jiggling them to make them work, and turning off and on, that kind of thing. It's like you're fighting with the system in a way, but it's like that's part of the nostalgia, and that's part of the reason like I want to play. Like if I just want, there's a SNES game that I just have to play, but I can't find it, I'll just go download the ROM. I have a SNES USB controller. It's shitty, but it's all the right buttons. And if I really just want to experience a game that I can't find, I just go and download the ROM. Not that that is something you should do. It's actually not legal. But I don't condone that, but I do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, it's nothing more than a collector's item, than a nostalgia cash grab. I know that, but I'm totally willing to play. And granted, if they were like, it's $150, and I'd just be like, you can go fuck yourself.
How much is it?
It's $70.
Right, well,
that's not bad. $70, I know. I mean, that's still a lot for just basically an emulation machine, but for a collector's items, a nostalgia thing, especially from Nintendo, I think that's actually pretty reasonable.
I just don't see the big deal. I see the big deal in the NES one either.
And on top of that, if you wanted to download them legally from Nintendo, 3 of those games are not on the Virtual Console one. So if you were just going to get 18 of those games, they've calculated the price of what it would cost, and it'd be $140.
How much are games on there? Like, do you know what the average price is for?
I don't know, $5 to $10. It depends. I think some of them are 13. But like I said, 18 of those is $140, or you could just order 21 for $70. To me, it's a little bit better deal, but I understand people's forthcomings with it.
I just can't get over that they're just the same ROMs you get online for free, and Nintendo has the nerve to sell them to you at that high of a price. It's just it's just data at this point. It's not even like I could see if it was like they sold you like this small system and they sold tiny cartridges to go on it, because it's cute and it's nostalgia and it's into the new age, but it's all the digital stuff that they already have, and they're just ROMs, and they don't need to be that expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still cheaper than actually
buying
them.
But if
Especially if you're going to buy the original cartridges in an SNES, because those things have gotten to be pretty expensive. I looked up Mega Man X3, because I have X and X2, and I love those. And so I looked up X3 the other day, and yeah, it's like $250.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean X2 is like apparently worth anywhere from $80 to $120. That's what people are selling it for online. I got it a long time ago, so I still have it. And then X, I think it's like $20-$30. It's not much because it's pretty common, but I mean, I think I picked it up for $5 somewhere, really cheap.
The only like I said, I've never been interested really in this or the NES version of the Mini or whatever. Right. But I've listened to the complaints some people had, and the main one is the extremely short cords that the NES had.
They will have a much longer cord on this.
Okay,
they have confirmed that, so that's nice.
Because that was really laughable when someone actually showed online that this is how short the cords are. I was like, holy crap, they are really short.
Yeah, it feels like something you would just like plug into your computer monitor, HDMI, and just play it at your desk. Not really much of a let me play in the living room type deal. Unless they were really trying to push we want you to sit in front of a TV like a little kid like you used to, and just but that gets really annoying. I mean, you do this and you're picking up your entire console, you know. But I've heard they did confirm that they've lengthened the cord of it, and there's two that come with it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, so and I'm sure eventually somebody will release a third-party one for the NES probably to plug into it and let you have a much longer cord, at least an extender or something. I mean, they'll figure out a way.
They'll figure something out.
So I think that's our episode.
That'll just about do it. We've had all the normal hiccups and some new problems. That was fun.
Yeah, I'll turn off my alarms next time. Maybe all this shit will be fixed eventually whenever we get to the point where we have a fucking camera.
Yeah, hang on. We still have audio. We're still recording audio. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I did check all the stuff. So.
Yeah, hopefully we don't. I'm so tired of fucking up. But if you haven't noticed, the lighting is a little bit better. We upgraded just a little bit. I mean, it's still the same setup that we've been using. We just changed the light bulb, so that's about it.
Yeah, check it out on Instagram. I posted those pictures. So.
Yeah. So. But eventually we do plan to have, nice like studio lighting and everything. This will eventually all get nice and turned around and transformed and everything.
We're chiseling away at it, a little bit at a time.
A little bit at a time. It's hard whenever you have a kid, and then I live very far away. I actually live about like 30-40 minutes from him, so it's a trek to come record these. So appreciate the fuck out of it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and our recording schedule is gonna have to change a bit because we have a little bit of a surprise series we're gonna do after the 4th of July, and that's gonna affect when we can record.
Yeah.
And it has to do a little bit with these sodas and when we can drink them. But
yeah, you're right. Wow, if we get a record earlier.
Well, it'll have to be on a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That's the only way we can do it. So, or Sunday.
Yep.
Weekends.
Okay. Well, you'll know all about that soon.
Yeah, we'll tell you all about it. You'll see another video. We'll discuss it then.
Yep.
We're not gonna say anything right now. Just bring the suspense.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. Well, you guys have a good week, and we'll see you. I guess
at the next one. Yeah. I mean.
So 4th of July happened. Don't blow yourself up with fireworks. Safety first, people. Seriously,
and eat too much.
Things can be scary. Yeah, eat a lot because
it's good for you.
You never know when the apocalypse will come.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Bye.